Hey Austin, so class tonight for the warm-up I just chose, or for the hour-long classes I did the full dynamic warm-up in place, just kind of finding a spot on the floor. I would especially emphasize inchworms and then getting in through some up dog, down dogs. And then for the specific warm-up, it was just alternating some banded stuff for the shoulders. So you'll see I did pull-aparts, glute bridges, and then crossbody pull-aparts, single leg glute bridges, and then I did some front raises with presses, and then I did some marching glute bridges. So that was just really focused on getting shoulders and hamstrings warmed up. And then I set the timer for 16 minutes, and they were working back and forth between our two movements to try and get up to nice heavy sets. What I told people is that, especially the first couple rounds, just like try to get a feel for the movement. Don't even worry about dialing it into the difficulty yet. Just try to get a feel for the movement, since these are both pretty brand new movements to people. For the Nordic hamstring curls, how you're gonna set that up, you'll have a bar with 45 on either side, and then I started everybody out on the green band. So green band on the top bar, and then loop through here like this. So that way, it kind of provides a little bit of like backpack straps that they can wear. They're gonna come on down and hook their feet under the pad. You wanna make sure that from here, they slide forward, so that way the barbell is against the rack, and their heels are firmly against the pad. That way they're fully anchored there. I like to tell people, since a lot of times people look pretty skeptical, that this is a lot more secure than it looks. It looks really funky, but it actually is quite secure. Big things here, keeping the hips pushed forward, squeezing the butt, so that way we're really making sure that we're controlling the way down and coming up. And in an ideal world, this is what we're trying to get people to, is at the end where they don't need any push off, and they can come down and control up. What I told people, especially for the first couple sets while they're feeling it out, keep their hands out in front of them to catch themselves if need be, in case they realize, oh, my hamstrings are not strong enough for this band. Some people ended up adding bands, some people ended up going down in bands, so you'll probably have a mix of that in class tonight as well. Yeah, I almost tell people that like the way down is almost more important than the way up. Again, ideally we're getting to where they're not pushing off at all. Some people we're getting to a nice challenging difficulty and then needing just a little push out of the bottom. That's okay. Again, hips forward is probably the biggest thing there to make sure that they're actually working their glutes, or actually working their hamstrings, and not just finagling their way on up through the movement. Then for the pike / handstand push-ups, we'll be using the dip bars in the rack. I have a third bar coming. It was supposed to be here Saturday. It got delayed, so it's gonna be here today, and I'll have it next week. What I had the dip bars set up at 15 down, so the peg is through 15 down on the rack, and then I had everybody start off on 6 inches. It's a little funky on 6 inches just because they're not high enough to really make it look like it should, but ideally, this is what it'll end up looking like, especially as they get onto taller and taller boxes, is that we're here, we're coming down all the way down to where basically my thumbs can touch my shoulders. Nice and slow, pause for a sec, big press out. Those are gonna be your pike / handstand push-ups. Like I said, I would have people start off on 6 inches, and then they can raise up the box, add height to the box as they need to make that tougher. Yeah, so those are your Nordic hamstring curls, and those are your handstand push-ups. 16 minutes, just having people work through that, alternate with a partner, alternate with a group of people. Yeah, it worked pretty well. I think people had fun trying out the new movements. So yeah, hopefully it goes well for you. Then, give me a second here as I set up the rower. The rest of the time, in the morning class, we made it through, everybody did 3 rounds of this. But I call it the rowing threshold test. So what it is, I'm gonna adjust my camera here. So I'm gonna get you up nice and close to the screen here. You're going the right way. Yeah. Sorry, the camera is not cooperating. Well, I don't know why that doesn't want to adjust. Wow. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to show you the screen, hopefully. Yeah. So, watching the calories on the screen there, this rowing threshold test, people are going to start off. Guys will start off rowing. I think I had them between 700 to 800 calories per hour. So they're going to hop on here, and they're going to find 700 to 800, which will feel really easy to start with. And then after 10 seconds, they're going up to 800 to 900, where they're going to ride there for 10 seconds. So another 3, 2, 1. Then they're going 900 to 1,000 for another 10 seconds. 2, 1. Going up. So they'll just keep on going up in calories per hour every 10 seconds until they can't add any more calories per hour, or until they can't maintain that range of calories. I would highly suggest having everybody start together. That way you can be calling out the 10 seconds. This was fun. It's a good challenge for people. So get loud with it. Be shouting out the times and the calories per hour and everything. Yeah, like I said, everybody kind of did through 3 rounds. I had people alternating, so they were paired up. One person would go, next person would go. That way people were getting some good rest in there. Yeah, and then at the end, I lacrosse balled into hamstrings and into people's shoulders. Yeah, it went well. Let me know if you have any questions. I have some time tonight. So yeah, definitely let me know if you have questions or if you need to see the setup for anything. But yeah, thanks, Austin. Morning, ladies.